appreciate God Almighty and appreciate all of my fathers here present, and to welcome all of us to this, once again, interactive session and acquaintance of the current realities around us, especially as it affects Kogi State. You are all most welcome, Your Royal Majesties. This is part of the continuation of a series of engagements that we've been having across board in Kogi State. And I'm sure you know exactly that traditional institution is one institution I so much revered. Today, before you occupy these particular positions as traditional rulers, both for paramount rulers, first class and second class, and as the case may be, you have been a very successful personalities in your various endeavors or chosen careers. Before I proceed, let me recognize very few. I will recognize all, let me just recognize specifically some few personalities that are here, so that I'm speaking, you know that I know you. General Sir, I recognize you, I appreciate you, you continue to add value and tutor me and advise me, not only now, long before today, even before I became governor. Chief Tawari, I can see you there. I sincerely appreciate you. You know very well that this journey, we actually started it together. My then Super Chief of Staff, look at him here, the Deputy Governor. We all started this together. Let me appreciate, you know, in our place, Saki sir, the Ohinoye of Ibereland. I try as much as possible to cancel issue of clan. But my people, your people, refuse to allow it go. So let me recognize the chief of my own clan. You're most welcome. And several others here. I appreciate all of you. We wouldn't have been here like this, talking, without peace and security. I appreciate you so much for your understanding and cooperation with security agencies. I urge you to please continue to do more. Very many of you, majority of you, are doing your best in your domain. But that is not to say that very few, very, very negligible few are mischievous. Especially when it comes to issue of allowing some criminals to hibernate in their domain. As paramount rulers, first class chiefs and second class chiefs, I'm urging you to please, I'm appealing, I'm begging you to please allow peace to reign. You gain nothing by unleashing terror on your people. This is not who we are. We're a people of courage. But where we are a people that we are never conquered. What did not happen during our forefathers should not happen now. We shouldn't allow it to happen because of pecuniary interests. I stop at that. Your Royal Majesties and Highnesses, we are approaching a season, a political season. You're all well connected. You have sons and daughters within the state and outside the state. We, in one way or the other, are having interest for one political position or another in various political parties. His Royal Majesty the Ataigala have said it, and echoed by other speakers, that we need peace, security, tranquility, cooperation, and understanding amongst ourselves. I am a politician. Today, by the special grace of God and your graces, I am the Chief Executive of the state and Chief Security Officer and the Governor of the state. It is incumbent on me to ensure that lives and livelihoods are secured, they are protected, and everyone under our domain or in our domain should be well protected. There has been administrations before today. Political parties have been in authorities here in Kogi State before today. And we, by the grace of God, came on board. You all knew how Kogi State used to be. Today, the story is changing. It is no longer the same. In terms of this same one singular important topic, security, safety, and peace, under my administration we recorded it successfully, and we continue to add more achievements. In terms of infrastructure, we have been able to do our best within the limit of the meager resources available to us. There is so much more to be done. You don't need to tell me exactly what you want, even in your area. Because from day one, we set out and we interacted with every segment of the society, starting from yourselves down to the ladder. And we have it in our new direction blueprint. Just a few days ago, we launched an ambitious 32 years work plan for our dear states. It has never happened before. It means in the next few months, I will round up as executive governor. Somebody will take over from me, or I will hand over to somebody. And such person or the next administration will have to continue from where we start. But for that to happen, Your Royal Majesties, we must buy into this vision. We must believe in this vision before we can embark on the mission to achieve success, greatness, and greater heights for our dear states. And for that to happen, in this current dispensation that we are practicing democracy, it requires election and electioneering processes. And that is the period we are approaching now. Previously, there are those who decide to exhibit some traits and characters that are alien to our tradition, to who we are, which is brigandage, violence, thuggery, lies, slander, campaign of calumny, and so on and so forth. Under this administration, I try as much as possible, and I will continue to be as real, open, transparent as possible. And I am urging each and every one of you to simply reciprocate. Some of you, it is under this administration that you are upgraded or given the relevance and recognition that you have today. Some of you have struggled over the years to attain the current position that you are in, and nobody listened. And under your watch in the past, you've witnessed what happened when times like this are approaching. I've said it loud and clear. Even if I'm misquoted, or even if anybody will decide to ascribe any other meaning to whatever I say, but I want to reiterate that I mean everything I say. That in Kogi State, under my watch, within the ambit of the law, I will not accept, tolerate, stomach, or condone any act of violence, brigandage, thuggery, criminality in the current or in the upcoming political dispensations. The whole land belongs to you, and I expect by now that you should know all those that are occupying every inch of the land. There are those who never participated in the success that you have recorded so far. Of course, the land is green now, so we expect everyone to come and graze. But you will not graze and destroy the green land. Call your sons, call your daughters. Within our party, APC, and other political parties, to tread with care and caution when they are stepping into Kogi State for political activities. We will not listen to any plea if they dare apprehend anyone that tries to bring violence to us. And we will deal decisively and ruthlessly with anyone, and even any collaborator, from the highest to the lowest, whether a traditional ruler or not. As I'm speaking now, majority of you or some of you understand exactly what I'm saying. And it is going to be a task. We're going to give ourselves a task. Hosting, receiving, and whatever it is of any hostile intruder will meet stiff opposition and resistance from us. I decided to allow the press and everybody to be here. I am very deliberate and cautious about every chosen word that will come from me. You are men of value, of integrity, of high character, and they say a word is enough for the wise. At an appropriate time, I will urge the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs to engage each and every one of you as the case may be, for more details and for more explanation, so that we know exactly what is ahead of us. Kogi State today is more united than ever before. We're trying our best to ensure we improve on our infrastructure. Unity, cooperation, and integration, and all inclusivity is what we want this administration to be described with. And I'm urging each and every one of us to please try and cooperate and understand with us. Those of you that are not residing in your domain, I'm urging you to please return back home. Go back home, go and stay with your people. You can't be a traditional ruler. I can't imagine today to hear that Ata Igala is not staying in Igala land or in Igala kingdom. I will hear that you're not in the Kina. I don't want to hear that. The Ohino of Ibira land, Zaki, is not in Okene. When we say Okene, it's not Okene, we're talking of Central, the whole Ibira land. I will hear that Yohimege Ibu is not in Kotokari, he's in Abuja. Then he's not a traditional ruler. He's probably a traditional ruler in diaspora. If all of a sudden I hear that the Obaru has returned to Oyo, then Ile-Ife, in Osun, I mean, then he is not Obaru. Return back home, stay with your people. That is why you applied for this position, you are appointed. Remember, you are appointed, you're never elected. So, as an appointed or appointee of government or any government whatsoever, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, the government will remove you straight away. And if you do anything that is inimical to the government will remove you. The Honorable Commissioner for Local Government, where are you? Please take note of this. Work with all of our paramount traditional rulers, especially the Ata Igala, the Ohino of Ibira land, the Ohimege Ibu, and the Obaru of Kaba. Work with them very, very closely to ensure that every other traditional rulers are in tandem with them and with government. And I will not hesitate to take any action whatsoever against anyone that will be a recalcitrant. I sincerely appreciate all of us, and I pray and I wish that this coming electioneering process is going to be rancor-free. You can make it rancor-free. Let us not raise any idiot or any criminal. There are so many criminals. It is not only those that kidnap. It's not only those that goes into armed robbery. Not only those that steal, that criminal. Criminals, like I said, they know themselves. Our eyes and our tentacles are widespread. Any criminal that will drag into our net will not go scot-free. So please, let's caution ourselves. Let the land continue to be peaceful. Let us show example to all other states. You are wonderful, wonderful people. The traditional rulers that any state executive or chief executive or the people would want to have. Accomplished personalities. I'm so glad to have you all around me. In fact, you are the reason why we are recording all the successes we have recorded so far. And we will continue to record more. To continue to be that reason why we will have free, rancor-free electioneering process that are ahead of us. Let us set a record high and let's make sure that Kogi State remain a state that every other state will be envious of and copy from in terms of achievements and successes.
Let me begin from appreciating the Ministry of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs under the leadership and supervision of Barrister Ozigis, the Honorable Commissioner, and his entire management team for their efforts at ensuring that the chieftaincy sector of that ministry is not only solid, but it is progressively improving day by day. Your Royal Majesties and Royal Highnesses here present, we want to appreciate you for always turning up whenever His Excellency calls on you for critical meetings like this. We want to also thank you because beyond ruling over your kingdom and your domain, you also help in prayers for your kingdom, the state, and the government. And God Almighty is answering our prayers. We enjoin you to continue to pray for Kogi State, for the governor, the new direction government, and all of your people, so that this peace and security that we have been enjoying since 2016 should continue to work stronger and stronger unto a perfect day. Finally, Your Excellency, we want to specifically, and I believe I'm also speaking the minds of the traditional rulers here present, appreciate you for your passion to securing Kogi State, which is not in doubt, recognized within the state, nationally and globally. We are proud of your security efforts in Kogi State that has become a model for other governors across the country. Your Excellency, we also want to thank you for believing that Kogi must always be first before the other primordial sentiments of tribe, religion, and class. These you have helped to foster unity amongst the people of Kogi State. And Kogi is becoming a model for other states of the Federation that have this kind of diversity. Your diversity management efforts, we appreciate you. And finally, Your Excellency, we want to thank you for your developmental stride that has left nobody in doubt about your mission to ensuring that Kogi takes a place in the Committee of States. This infrastructural development is bringing improved and increased investments, creating job opportunities, and of course, prosperity for the people of Kogi State.